this is Junita Mukherjee from SS Public School. Today we are going to start a new topic of this particular chapter itself, electric charges and fields. Now in this particular topic we will discuss about the area vector and the electric flux, and then we will move on to the Gauss theorem. Area vector. The vector associated with any area element of an closed surface is taken to be in the direction of the outward normally. Then thus the area element vector del S is a point on the closed surface is equal to del S n cap, where n del S is the magnitude of the area element and n cap is the unit vector of the direction along the outward normal to the normal at the surface. Suppose we are taking here the area del S. This is the unit vector, okay? N cap and del S will be equal to n cap del S, like this. So this will be the area vector of this particular value. Now electric flux. Electric flux is the electric flux linked with any surface of is defined by the total number of the electric field lines that normally pass through the surface. Electric field flux del phi through a small area del S due to the electric flux E at an angle theta with ds is given by d phi is equals to E dot ds, where it is equal to E dot E ds cos phi, and phi equal to del integral sine surface integral of E dot ds, where it is equal to E dot ds cos theta. It is a scalar quantity, we know it very well. Why? This is the reason why it is a scalar quantity, which is proportional to the number of the field lines cutting the line area element. Total electric flux over the whole surface S due to the electric field is equals to given by this particular formula. You know it very well. And electric flux is a scalar quantity, but it is a property of the vector quantity. So SI is the unit of SI unit of electric flux is Newton meter square coulombs raised to -1. Dimensional formula is being given here, that is ml t raised to -2 L square a t raised to -1. So dimensional formula is m L cube t raised to -3 a raised to -1. Now the special that is arises here, if theta is between 0 to 90 degree, phi will be equal to positive. If theta is equal to 90, phi is 0, and if theta lies between 90 to 180, phi will be equal to negative. So these are the special cases, okay? Then we have a Gauss theorem. The surface integral of the electric field intensity over any closed surface called Gauss surface is a free surface equal to the 1 upon 4 pi times the net large charge enclosed within the surface. So phi equal to E dot ds 1 upon epsilon 0, sigma I equal to 1 to n, qi equal to q upon epsilon 0, where q equal to sigma I equal to 1 to n qi. Okay, so where this is the algebraic sum of all the charges inside the closed surface. Hence the total electric flux over a closed surface in a vacuum is 1 upon 4 pi psi epsilon 0 times the total charge within the surface, regardless of how the charges may be distributed. Now this is what we are telling about the Gauss theorem. Now we will move on to the slowly that is proof of Gauss theorem for spherically symmetrical surface. So we are going to prove this particular thing, and slowly we will move on to the things. So let's see this one. So let's see, students, here in this proof of Gauss theorem for spherically symmetrical surface. Electric flux through a surface element ds is given by d phi e equals to 1 E dot ds equals to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon 0 q upon r square r dot ds n cap. So it will be included, thus it will be the value of 1 upon 4 pi epsilon 0, okay, q ds upon r square r dot s. Okay, now what will happen? Here r cap and n cap is equals to 1 dot 1 cos theta, cos 0 degree is equals to 1. So d phi 0 is equals to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon 0 q ds upon r square. Total phi by d phi e equal to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon 0 q upon r square phi s ds, that will be equal to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon 0 q upon r square 4 pi r square is equal to q upon epsilon 0, where phi equal to q upon epsilon 0 will be the value. Okay, then we will have this total electric flux given by q upon epsilon 0. If medium surrounding the charge has an dielectric constant k, then phi equal to q upon k epsilon 0, q upon epsilon 0, we will multiply it and this thing into q upon epsilon 0, multiply with the whole thing, we can divide it out. Okay, then we will get the value q upon epsilon 0, that k equal to epsilon r equal to epsilon upon epsilon 0. Okay, and thus we will have given by this equation, if there is no net charge within the closed surface when phi q equal to 0, then phi equal to 0, the total electric flux through a closed surface is 0 if there is no charge enclosed by the surface itself. So phi equal to q upon epsilon. This is how the proof of the Gauss theorem for spherical surface has been taken up. Nothing, you have to just remember the mathematical changes which we have done here with respect to the electric flux and the area we have taken. Okay, so and put that thing into consideration and we will be able to get the proof of Gauss theorems for spherical symmetrical surface. So I hope so I make you understand this thing. Applications of Gauss theorem, you do it by yourself. If you have any problem regarding this application of Gauss theorem, we will continue in the next video. Till then, take care and please stay and focus and try to make your own notes. Thank you, students.